The NBA adopted the three-point line during the 1979-1980 season. That year, NBA teams shot 2.8 three-point attempts a game. Last season, the NBA averaged 32 three-point shot attempts a game. And all the data suggests that number will just get bigger. Welcome to the Basketball Remix podcast. I am Mark Armstrong, aka Coach 1891. The Basketball Remix podcast is all about bringing innovation to the game of basketball. This idea is caught up in the term remix. We talk about all the important innovations in the history of the game, the impact of modern innovations, and what technologies on the horizon that might impact basketball in the future. We guarantee to bring value to your time and innovation for your mind. This is episode number 7 of the Basketball Remix podcast and part 4 of a 5-part series exploring the question, is the basketball backboard obsolete? So with that, let's get it started. In 1988, my college basketball team established a new record for per game scoring average. We averaged 110 points a game that season, shooting 18 three-point attempts a game. Again, this is 1988. After winning 24 straight games, we lost to a much bigger and more athletic North Carolina Tar Heels team. In that game, my team shot 39 three-pointers, making 18 of them for a respectable 33% from behind the arc. We lost that game. And during that same season, the NBA average for three-point shots was 5.3 shot attempts per game. 2 years later, my alma mater established another NCAA scoring record with a per-game average of 122 points. That team ended up facing and beating the defending national champions in the NCAA tournament. After averaging 23 three-point shots attempts per game during the season, my alma mater scored 149 points against the defending national champions, making 21 out of 40 three-point shot attempts, shooting 52% from the field, from behind the arc. That season, the NBA league average was 6.6 three-point shot attempts per game. With over 60 games of the 2019-2020 season completed, the league average for three-point attempts inched up to 33 shot attempts per game. 2 of the 3 Texas franchises are shooting over 40 three-pointers a game, and the Houston Rockets are consistently taking 50% of their shot attempts from behind the arc. And the expectation is more and more teams will join the Rockets. The game of basketball can thank analytics for the emergence of the three-point shot as a weapon and the high arcing swish shot becoming cooler than the dunk. According to Shot Tracker, since 1998, mid-range shot attempts have decreased from 38% of a team's attempts to 18%, while the three-point shot attempt for many NBA teams has surpassed the 40% mark for a percentage of the three-point shots taken in a game. The mid-range offensive game is on its deathbed, and with so much value placed on being able to shoot from behind the arc, why would any player seek to use, let alone master, the bank shot? There's a well-known study by Larry Silverberg, who at the time of the study was teaching mechanical and aerospace engineering at North Carolina State University. You can leverage the internet search to read about the details of this study. In a nutshell, Professor Silverberg determined that the bank shot had the highest success rate from certain angles out to 12 feet. And to achieve this high level of success, the backspin on the ball must rotate at least 3 rotations per second. So let's break this down and think this through. First, The bank shot is only the best shot to take if you're shooting from certain angles out to 12 feet. In addition, to capitalize on the bank shot requires one to be able to get a certain rotation speed on their backspin. Second, in today's NBA game, a mid-range shot is the least preferred shot compared to a layup or a three-point shot. Meaning, coaches are coaching their teams to shoot three-point shots or get layups. And here's an additional observation. The preferred mid-range spot on the floor is the elbow, not the wing, where the bank shot will work best. Even from the wing, how many uncontested 12-foot shots do you think a player can get? Think about it. And third, the impact of the three-point shot and layups has put pressures on teams to space the floor. Giannis, the Greek freak, shoots a crazy high shooting percentage in the paint. But unlike his big men predecessors who shot crazy high percentages in the paint by posting up and their back to the basket, Giannis uses his length to attack the rim from the perimeter with no one posting up and clogging the lane. And finally, a bank shot is shot slightly different than shooting a three-point shot. And because of this slight difference, why would someone seek to master a bank shot when they can just simply master the three-point shot? There's no longer an incentive to master shooting the bank shot. The innovations of analytics and driving the increased use of the three-point shot while de-emphasizing the mid-range game and increasing the value of layups. The result of these forces has spaced the floor to create driving lanes and angles to kick the ball back out for three-point shots. Quite frankly, besides layups, the backboard is an afterthought in today's offensive approach. And if it's an afterthought, then what's the value of the backboard in today's game? Think about it. Hey, thank you for joining the Basketball Remix podcast, where we promote the innovation of the game of basketball. I hope I brought some value to your time and innovation to your mind. This is Coach 1891. Be blessed, and I'll see you at the top.